we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Now on NBC, Palm Springs evacuation orders were issued for the Pirate Fire yesterday evening. We have updates on the blaze ahead. Plus, the Earthwise Pet Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa hosted a pet adoption event for the Coachella Valley Cat Club. Hear more about the nonprofit this evening. NBC Palm Springs starts right now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening, I'm Tiani Jadaling. Thank you for joining us. A brush fire in Harupa Valley has burned approximately 425 acres and is only 15% contained. That's tonight's top story. Evacuation orders were issued for the Pirate Fire Friday evening, but since a number of areas were reduced to evacuation warnings, that was of 10 a.m. this morning. Firefighters have been battling the blaze since Friday evening. The cause of the fire, as of right now, is still under investigation. And we're taking a live look now from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Just about 20 minutes ago, there was a little bit of a red haze just past those mountains, maybe coming in from that fire, which is just in that Harupa Valley area. It's taking a look at our wind gusts right now. In that Whitewater area, we're seeing definitely some breezier, gustier areas, or that is for Whitewater and maybe Big Bear. But here in the Coachella Valley, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Indio, and Thousand Palms, not as bad and not as breezy, maybe through that pass and through that Big Bear area. As for our current conditions outside right now, this is coming from the Palm Springs International Airport, 96 degrees. Safe to say temps have dropped ever so slightly from what we were feeling earlier this afternoon. As for our high temps tomorrow here in the Coachella Valley, 102, not as warm as we usually are here in September. If you definitely want to escape the heat, maybe head to the coast. Santa Barbara 83, LA 91, Oceanside and San Diego both 82 to escape that Coachella Valley heat. Now here's your 3-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Tomorrow 102, Monday 104, Tuesday 100 degrees. Those are our highs. As for our lows, 79, 75, and 72 for Tuesday. Now, here this is. Palm Springs Mayor Ron DeHart has ordered all flags at city buildings and properties to half staff that is. It's to honor Harold Matzner, the local philanthropist who died this week. This is video of flags that were lowered outside the City Hall yesterday evening. Matzner donated more than $85 million to local nonprofits and helped revitalize the Palm Springs International Film Festival. The flags will fly at half-staff for at least 7 days. A student at Indio High School has tested positive for tuberculosis. Health officials say more than 100 notices have been sent out to others on campus who may have been exposed. Tuberculosis testing is also being offered. If someone tests positive, the individual will be sent for a chest x-ray, then a follow-up with Riverside University Health System Public Health. The disease is caused by bacteria that is spread through the air during prolonged, repeated, and close contact with someone who has infectious TB. We heard from a local health official Friday evening.
Standard symptoms that you can see or experience would be a productive cough that lasts more than a cold, right, 2-3 weeks or longer, that gets progressively worse. They can also have fever, night sweats, and sometimes in advanced stages, they can be coughing up blood if the germs are in the lungs and causing damage. The only way to know for sure whether it's TB or some other respiratory illness is for the person to contact their healthcare provider.
Disease Control says her team of nurses will be doing tests moving forward, but makes note that you cannot contract TB from casual contact. And more local news, the Earthwise Pet Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa hosted a pet adoption event for the Coachella Valley Cat Club. The Coachella Valley Cat Club is our assistant news director's nonprofit cat rescue. They rescue and rehome both abandoned and stray cats. Those who took the time to head out to the event and adopt a cute cat received a sample of Earthwise pet food to take home to their new furry friend. Hopefully some of those cute cats went home with some lovely families. For more information about the nonprofit, you can visit www.CoachellaValleyCatClub.org. Fewer Americans are raising a glass. A new study shows alcohol consumption has hit a record low, while concern over even moderate drinking is higher than ever. Our Kai Beach has a story.
There's a lot of people that come in here, sit at the bar. Sometimes they drink, sometimes they don't drink.
At Kitchen 86 in Palm Desert, many customers are saying cheers to cutting back, 86ing booze altogether.
I have noticed this over the last couple of years, that the trend, I quit drinking because of a choice.
Workers say alcohol makes up a big part of sales, but lately those numbers are slipping.
I would say that definitely I've seen less drinking over the span of a few years, though.
And for servers, fewer drinks means smaller tips.
The higher that we have our ticket, the more likely we are to get a higher tip. And if we're not selling as much, then we're not making as much.
What's happening here is following a national trend. A new Gallup study shows alcohol consumption in the U.S. has dropped to a record low. Just 54% of Americans now say they drink. At the same time, concern about even moderate drinking has climbed to an all-time high of 53%. Back at Kitchen 86, some customers aren't raising a glass at all, instead turning to alternatives like cannabis over cocktails.
They're both marijuana. Both of them are hybrid sativa. This is what I use instead of drinking or even medicine.
And for this bar, like much of America, the choice to 86 alcohol is becoming the new normal. I'm Kai Beach for NBC Palm Springs.
All right, we thank Kai Beach for that report. And news around the region. Authorities in Southern California say a Good Samaritan helped a woman escape a domestic violence situation at a convenience store. In this case, the woman used her hand signals behind her back to alert those around her that she needed help. Police were called, and part of the incident was caught on body camera video. Gio Encinitas reports.
Body cam video released by Alhambra police shows what they say ended in a woman's rescue. Officers arrived at the 7-Eleven on Fremont and Montezuma Avenues after someone reported suspicious activity. In the video posted Sunday night, you see a man and a woman standing side by side. Police say the woman had been trying to alert someone about a domestic violence incident using a hand signal behind her back. A Good Samaritan recognized the gesture and called 911.
People do want to help. They reach out about how they can help and support survivors. And the fact that someone understood what the message was is amazing to me.
Carmen McDonald with the Survivor Justice Center in L.A. says hand signals in this case highlight the importance of nonverbal communication and keeping an eye on your surroundings.
Fair to say that it can really be a game changer moving forward.
Absolutely. This is something now that, I'm going to talk to my team about and make sure that we integrate it into our safety planning that we do with survivors.
You want to sit down? Yeah, right here, sir.
The suspect, identified by police as John Palumbi from Glendora, is later seen outside the store speaking with officers.
Do me a favor. You're not under arrest. Can you stand up for me, please?
When asked to stand up for a pat-down, police say Palumbi took off, trying to run. But within seconds, he was tackled. He was later arrested and booked. Police say he had an active warrant and was carrying a stun gun. The entire situation calling back to that initial hand signal that caught someone's attention.
Survivors use a myriad of ways to ask for help when they don't feel comfortable or are not safe to ask for help directly.
Created by the Canadian Women's Foundation in 2020, the Signal for Help provides those experiencing domestic violence a discreet way to communicate when they need help. It involves taking the palm of your hand, tucking your thumb into it, then folding your fingers down to trap the thumb. Christina Cortez with the Downtown Women's Center adds that situations like these can carry more weight, especially with Domestic Violence Awareness Month coming up in October.
I would encourage that folks remember that you do have a role to play when it comes to addressing and intervening and preventing domestic violence.
She says domestic violence isn't just an interpersonal dilemma, it's a social and public health issue, and that with more education, more lives can be saved.
It's really cool that somebody took the initiative to be like, okay, something's off here. Let me see if I can help. And I think many of us, if we do that more often, I think we can get closer to hopefully eradicating violence.
Still ahead here on NBC Palm Springs, you get another chance at winning the Powerball lottery tonight. But now there's $1.8 billion up for grabs. More on what the second largest jackpot in U.S. history ahead. Plus, pop star Justin Bieber just dropped another surprise album. Details on Swag 2 after the break. And before we go, we have a programming note for tomorrow. NBC Palm Springs news at 5 and 6 will not be seen, so we can bring you Sunday Night Football. This week, it's the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. Kickoff is at 5:20. NBC Palm Springs will bring you local news immediately following the game. We're back after the break.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
You get another chance at winning the Powerball lottery tonight, but now there's a $1.8 billion up for grabs. Lottery officials raised the estimate this morning up from $1.7 billion. If someone does win it all, there's now an estimated cash value of $826.4 million. Today's jackpot would be the second largest in U.S. lottery history. The last Powerball jackpot was won in California earlier this year. And in news around the world, in this Jubilee year for the Roman Catholic Church, a pilgrimage by LGBTQ Catholics is being recognized for the first time. CNN's Vatican correspondent Christopher Lamb reports from Rome.
Well, this is a landmark moment for LGBTQ Catholics with their first officially recognized Jubilee pilgrimage to Rome, beginning tonight behind me with the vigil at this church in central Rome. There were hundreds of people packed out to hear songs and testimony and reflections about the ministry to LGBTQ Catholics. Now, this pilgrimage, whilst not officially sponsored by the Vatican, is the first time that it's been listed on a calendar of events taking place during the Catholic Church's Jubilee year. Now, this pilgrimage would not have happened were it not for the 12-year pontificate of Pope Francis, who really opened the doors to welcome LGBTQ plus Catholics. And all eyes have been on whether Pope Leo will continue with the legacy that Pope Francis left him. And the early signs are that he has. For example, he met with Father James Martin, a leading advocate for LGBTQ Catholics, earlier this week. And Father James explained what happened in that meeting and the impression that he was left by Pope Leo.
The message I heard from Pope Leo is that he is going to continue the legacy of Pope Francis in his ministry with LGBTQ people, which is a ministry of openness and welcome. So I think if you love Pope Francis and trusted him, you can love and trust Pope Leo.
Now, on Saturday, the pilgrims will process up to St. Peter's Basilica and go through the Holy Door, a very symbolic and powerful moment. Going through the door during a Jubilee represents forgiveness and mercy and reconciliation with God. So it'll be very powerful when the pilgrims go through that door on Saturday. Now, of course, many people hoping that this pilgrimage is a sign that the welcome to LGBTQ Catholics is here to stay, and that the legacy of Pope Francis continues under Pope Leo. Christopher Lamb, CNN, Rome.
In consumer news, McDonald's is bringing back its extra value menu. With food costs going up, the fast food giant is bringing its prices down with the return of the extra value meals. The menu includes 8 combo options, with Mickey D's also offering limited time deals on a sausage and egg McMuffin meal with hash browns and a small coffee for $5, and a Big Mac meal with medium fries and medium soft drinks for $8. McDonald's is also dropping the price of snack wraps to $2.99 through the end of the year. And OpenAI says parents will soon have more oversight over what their teenagers are doing on ChatGPT. The company announced Tuesday that parents will be able to link their accounts with their children's to set age-appropriate rules for ChatGPT's responses and manage features like the bot's memory and chat history. The artificial intelligence company says those changes are coming within the next month. Parents will soon also be able to receive notifications when ChatGPT detects their teen is in a moment of acute distress. The company's announcement comes a week after OpenAI was hit with its first wrongful death lawsuit from a pair of parents in California who claimed ChatGPT is at fault for their 16-year-old son's suicide. We're taking a live look now from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Can't see much, but a little bit of clouds in the sky. Your NBC Palm Springs full forecast is next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Welcome back. We're taking a live look from our Walter Clark High 111 camera in Rancho Mirage. Talk about a busy evening in Rancho Mirage. A lot of people passing through the city, maybe heading home from dinner. Who knows? Here's your full forecast here. We're starting with our almanac. We set a record 5 years ago. Hottest day, 120 degrees. Definitely quite shy of that by at least 19 degrees today. Normally we see a 105 on a day like today, early September, but 101 cannot complain to see these cooler temps here in the Coachella Valley. For our high temps today, Coachella Valley, as we just mentioned, not too warm. 101 Palm Desert, 102 Palm Springs, 100,000 Palms. As we get closer to the west end of the valley or west end of the area in general, the region, Banning 94, Cabazon 96. As for our low temps for today, 80 Palm Desert, 82 Palm Springs, definitely what we're feeling probably about right now, 78 in Indio and 71 in Thousand Palms. So if anybody's interested in doing any outdoor activities, taking a nice walk, now would probably be the time to do so. Also told it's not as humid as it was earlier this afternoon. Definitely a good thing because it was definitely feeling hot and sticky here in the Coachella Valley for quite some time now. Here's your full 7-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Tomorrow, high 102, Tuesday 100, Thursday 93. We back off on the heat a little bit there. Saturday 98 as for our lows, 79 tomorrow, 72 Tuesday, 72 Thursday, and 73 Saturday. That's your full 7-day forecast. You're watching NBC Palm Springs. Stay with us.
We're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos. We have your game.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, every sports team out there strives for team chemistry. But at College of the Desert, it's built right into their DNA. This year's volleyball squad is having a historic season. But it's not just because of the team's talent, but rather due to a connection that's been years in the making. Under the bright lights of the gym at College of the Desert, the Roadrunners are putting together a season unlike any other. COD's volleyball is dominating the court with one major difference. Every single player is from right here in the Coachella Valley.
Volleyball's been my whole life, pretty much since birth. I lost my first tooth in the gym at Desert Sports Center.
That's team setter Juju Roth, whose connection to the game runs deep because she didn't just grow up loving volleyball, she grew up in it. Her father, Det, is COD's head coach. Her mom, Marion, is the assistant. And over 15 years ago, a toddler-sized Juju could be seen running around the gym during their practices.
Happy birthday to you. Well, it's a blessing, and it's a blessing she still wants to be coached by us. We're both doing something right as parents, I hope, and she's certainly doing a lot right as a young lady and as a young athlete. If it wasn't for the recruiting class we have and the returning players, it might not have been enough for mom and dad to say please.
But it's not just Juju. The entire roster is made up of athletes from right here in the desert, from Xavier Prep to Palm Desert, even to La Quinta. And that hometown connection has fueled something special. For the first time ever, the Roadrunners have cracked the top 25, debuting at number 12 in the state, the highest ranking in program history.
it means a lot. It's really like cool to see that. Like you wouldn't expect your small town to be so high ranked. All of us coming here and playing together, it's like the Valley just coming together all as one, all from different high schools, all from different areas in the Valley.
We've been fortunate to build a completely homegrown program here that is competitive throughout the state. So to be able to compete with them is something special.
1, 2, 3, a hometown roster and a family at the heart of it all. College of the Desert Volleyball is certainly serving up something special this season. We'll be keeping an eye on them and their ranking as the season continues. That'll do it for sports. I'm Caitlin Kelly.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Justin Bieber fans, listen up. Pop star Jay Biebs just dropped another surprise new album. Swag 2 is officially out now. It features 23 different songs and collaborations with Tems and Lil B. Swag 2 is a follow-up to Swag, which was released earlier this year in July, and the Biebs' first album since 2021. Celebrities hit the blood red carpet for opening night of Universal Studios Hollywood's annual Halloween event. Rick Damagella scared up the story for this Hollywood Minute.
Opening night of Universal Studios Hollywood's Halloween Horror Nights featured stars of big screen horror creeping onto the red carpet. Clint Howard revealed he's getting ready to revisit one of his horror movie roles.
I'm getting ready to do another Ice Cream Man. So that should be kind of exciting. I'm going to play a crusty old ice cream man, and by the end of the movie, you're going to understand why a guy, an ice cream man, puts body parts in the ice cream.
For some fans, spooky season may unofficially start in September, but for the creators of the event, it's non-stop.
March of this year, we started curating the slate for 2026. So there's a weird period where we're overlapping. So it's more than a year and a half that we work on any particular event.
The star and creator of the Terrifier movies talked about the series' popularity.
I never expected anything like this to ever happen in my life, and just seeing how excited people have gotten over this character that we created is just mind-blowing. Just seeing how quickly he's skyrocketed with the fan bases out there, and it's humbling in a lot of ways.
This is the most mainstream that we've ever been at this point, so to see all these people wearing Terrifier shirts and the Art the Clown's just terrorizing people in the crowd is just the coolest thing.
Other frightful franchises featured at the event included Fallout and Five Nights at Freddy's. Getting jump scared in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top stories, we're on a whole new orbit.
You need to listen up if you're a fan of literature. You could soon own rare Jane Austen-related treasures if the price is right. Sotheby's will be auctioning off Austen memorabilia next month. One of the biggest items is a long, chatty letter she wrote to her elder sister, Cassandra. The letter is expected to fetch up to $400,000. Other items up for auction include a copy of Emma that Austen sent to an Irish novelist back in 1816. It's the only surviving work Austen sent to a fellow writer. The rare book is expected to sell for up to $350,000. Wow, that is definitely a lot of money, but I'm a fan of her work. I love Pride and Prejudice. Well, thank you for joining us. We're back here at 11.